Hey folks, it's Tom, your frugal prepper. Um, so this is kind of the first look at the backyard where I'm going to be moving to. I'm going to be starting to work to get the garden set up. Um, this is the garage, and this used to be my father-in-law's grape area where he grew a big grapevine, which I believe has died off, although there's some viney stuff over here. So I'm not sure if that's still grapes. I'll have to wait till this spring and see. I don't know if I'll try growing grapes or if this will come out. It's pretty rotten. But the way the sun moves is, from this way to this way. So I'll probably do beds across here. Some of this ground isn't the most level. I do believe that right back here is where my father-in-law used to put his garden when he gardened in this area. And you can see the ground dents down a little. In fact, I think there was still some horseradish coming up back here somewhere every year. So I'll probably put my beds long ways across here. And it looks like I've got enough room to do full 30-foot beds, 4 feet apart, quite a ways back here. So I'll probably start with the potato bed in that back corner and then just keep working my way forward. I might come a little bit away from this back edge because that's going to grow in with green all around here. This is going to have to be thinned out, I think. There's something here that's been dug down a little. Right in this spot. I don't know. But that's what I'm kind of contemplating. And this is the garage. It's got a coal burner in it. It's the stack for that. It does have this mercury light up here. I'm going to see if I can't get that sucker working, if it doesn't still work. And then I'm also having to work with the gas lines inside the house. And I'm going to take you in there in a minute and show you what I'm up against and see if any of you guys have any experience working with like PEX plumbing, which is what I think I want to try to do. But it's a garage. I have a lot of stuff to go through here. We're going to have a big garage sale. But yeah, it's kind of sad walking around here because this is my father-in-law's old man cave and all of his stuff. It's kind of eerie, and I want to keep, some of this stuff I'm just never going to need. I'm not a fisher. I don't fish, so there's a lot of fishing stuff. But some of the stuff like that sign and that old crosscut saw. So I want to keep a few items and hang them up around here just to remember my father-in-law by. But in order to make room for some of my stuff, I'm going to have to, sell some of this. But when it comes to things like this in life, with my father, and I've always kept a few key things that have a real strong memory for me. And let the other ones go to a good home where they'll be used and appreciated and taken care of. So, but anyway, I'll take you in here and show you the problems I'm having with the gas lines in the house over here. And I want to, if any of you have any plumbing experience, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I've done some plumbing in the past, but it usually involves about 200,000 trips to the hardware store and a lot of cussing. So I'll take you down here to the basement and show you. Okay. So I'm going to try to show you, like, here is these old gas lines. And they come over here, and this is where it comes up and goes out to the gas meter outside, which is shut off right now. When we came over, we smelled a really strong gas smell in the house, and everybody started getting a headache. I shut the gas off at the meter, and the gas smell went away. And what I did is I came down here with some soapy water and this towel. And I went over all of these joints, and I'd say more than half of them have just very slight, slow-growing bubbles. So there's just very small leaks in a lot of these joints. Now, some of these aren't really taped. I imagine that some of them look like they use some type of a compound. But this runs over here. We got this one running down to this hot water tank. Ow! Bumped my head. Then this furnace comes over off of this big one. And then it gets adapted down under here to a 3/4 inch. Then, oh no, 1 inch and then a 3/4 inch, I think, and then into the furnace. Now these ones here that have this white stuff on them, these weren't leaking. But there's even like old valves. You can see that all in through here. There's like 5 different valves on the way to the furnace that have just been added onto over time. And then there's another gas line running off of that main one clear down here. And then it goes clear up here, back into this crawl space a few feet, or it's not even a crawl space, just an open space where the house was added onto. It goes up to the stove. And there's also some leaks behind the stove, and I'll go up and show you that too, just so you can see everything. There is a lot of plumbing, wiring issues, stuff like this that I plan to clean up. This is where somebody has made an old shower, or my father-in-law made a shower when there was not a shower upstairs. And you can see all this plumbing's just been patched, and there's compression fittings and mixtures of PVC and copper. And there's a piece of galvanized, which is probably, there's some rust that comes out in the bathroom sink. So somewhere there's iron in here. This is another drain, probably from the new shower that's been patched over into here. It all comes down to this main line. The big problem here is, though, that the shower just drains right out onto the floor, basically. And the washing machine, and they all come over to this drain here. Now, I don't know, but I'm suspecting that that is probably tied into like a rain drain. A lot of these old basements were. I don't think that's tied into the actual sewer line. So at some point I need to fix that, because you should not have that going on, right? You need to drain the washing machine and stuff into the sewer line. And I imagine I'll take this shower thing out, because there is a shower upstairs now. But I'll show you over here behind this stove. And it looks like some old plumbing, some old gas plumbing. See, some of this is black gas line, and some of it is just galvanized. It's not the right line for gas. And see, there's a whole bunch of stuff like this where there's just, that's the one going over to the furnace, multiple adapters threaded together. I think it's just been patched onto a lot over the years. So let me take you upstairs here. So here is behind the stove. And you can see there's 2 shut-off valves here. There's one that looks really old. Like so. And then there's this newer one that's green. And there's definitely leaks around this old one, so I know that has to come out. There was bubbles. Oh, sorry, I just got done running up the steps. I smoked too much. So let me go back downstairs and tell you what I'm thinking. Anyway, but let me tell you this first too. Here's where the line is. And right back here, where this beam is where the house was added onto. So there's probably only about 3 or 4 feet here that I can't get to. So I'm thinking if I did PEX line, I could feed that down or feed a pull string down and pull that through easier than trying to do new pipe. And then I'll show you what I'm thinking downstairs. Okay, so a flashlight. Where all this comes out, what I'm thinking is taking these joints here loose where it comes from the meter, wire brushing those and recompounding them, or use that special gas Teflon tape on these, and bring this main pipe that comes right down to here. And then breaking this off the PEX line from here and running one line over to the hot water tank, one line over to the furnace, and one line out to the kitchen. Now, what I don't know is, do you have to like home run the PEX line from this point? Or can I stop, can I branch off of it and go to the hot water tank and then do another run and branch off of that and go to the furnace and then branch off of that and go to the stove? And if I do that, what size main line would I need to run? I don't know if I need to run like a 1 inch all the way down and then branch off of them. I don't know the different flow rates and stuff. And I know if you go too small, then, your stove might not come on when your furnace is running and such. So if anybody has any advice as to how they'd handle this, I need to do it cheap and I need to do it fast. So I think PEX is the way to go. I just know I'm going to end up buying a lot more PEX line if I home run each one back to this point versus taking like a main line down and branching off of it. I'm going to go out to Lowe's and Home Depot and try to price this stuff out, figure out what I need. But I know a lot of you guys probably have a lot more experience with this stuff than I do. So I'm looking for some advice. All right, folks, this is Tom, your frugal prepper. Having fun, getting ready to move. Lots of stuff to do. I'll talk to y'all later.